Hello everyone, and welcome to the December 31st, 2017 edition of the Astrology News Report. I'm your intrepid host, Ron Berger. In this segment, we'll take a look at the upcoming planetary patterns and predictions, what's on the celestial agenda as we move into the new year, January 2018. Well, here's something interesting right away. A full moon on the very first day of the new year. This full moon is in the middle of sidereal Gemini at 17 degrees of that sign. Notable, too, is that Venus, the planet of romance, pleasures, and social interaction, is directly opposite, creating a mutual aspect between Venus and the full moon. And it's in sociable Gemini, a great day for partying and entertainment. So, full moon in mutual aspect to Venus, kicking off 2018, it sounds rather auspicious, doesn't it? But before we get too excited about this, let me caution you. The Western calendar year does not actually have much significance as far as astrology is concerned. There are various astrological days during the year that are important starting points for initiating energy patterns, such as the solstices, but the beginning of the Gregorian calendar is not one of these days. On Saturday, January 6th, Mercury will change signs, leaving Scorpio where it has been since the beginning of November, due to having gone through a retrograde phase, and now entering Sagittarius. This puts the planet of thinking, the planet of reasons and explanations, in the sign of personal truth. Since Mercury is the planet of facts and data, and Sagittarius is devoted to its own beliefs, the energy pattern for the next few weeks is one of everybody with their own set of facts. In other words, alternative facts. As soon as Mercury enters Sagittarius, it comes under the influence of Saturn, which entered this sign at the end of October and still hanging out in the first few degrees. Mercury, the planet of rational thinking and making decisions, will be together with Saturn, the planet of rules, obligations, control, and delay, for the next few weeks. Saturn is a rather stubborn energy, so Mercury combined with Saturn, especially in a fire sign like Sagittarius, which does not back down easily, assures us that the partisanship we have endured lately will not be easing up this month. The exact conjunction of Mercury and Saturn is on Saturday, January 13th, at 8 degrees of that sign. And now here's something interesting. The birth chart of the USA has 7 degrees Sagittarius as its ascendant degree. So the planet of making decisions will be conjunct the planet of serious consequences on top of the most personal degree in the USA chart. Wonder what that will manifest as. The same day that Mercury enters Sagittarius, January 6th, Mars and Jupiter will be exactly conjunct at 23 degrees Libra. Jupiter entered Libra back in September. Mars entered Libra at the end of November. Mars moves faster than Jupiter, and so now the planet of action has caught up with the planet of optimism. The result is overconfidence, rushing into action without proper preparation, and therefore the potential for making a mistake. Oh yeah, and Mercury, the planet of making rational decisions, will be weak while changing signs on the same day as the exact conjunction of Mars and Jupiter. Another interesting connection is that Mars, as the planet of action and war, is also the planet of combat and strategy. And Jupiter is the planet of justice and laws, courts and judges. Libra is the sign of balance and fairness, therefore also connected with the law. So, likely there will be legal action in January while these two planets are in this combination. Wonder what that could be. The Mars-Jupiter conjunction in Libra will be visible in the east just before sunrise. Jupiter is yellowish and significantly brighter and larger than the faint reddish Mars. All through January, actually starting back in December, Venus is combust, in other words, tightly conjunct the Sun. That means we can't see Venus for several weeks because it is eclipsed by the Sun. Its orbit is taking it behind the Sun. When we can't see the planet of guidance, we are without guidance. Advice from the usual mentors, pundits, even lawyers is not as available or somehow obscured by the brightness of the Sun, the planet of power and authority. On Monday, January 8th, the conjunction of Venus and the Sun is exact at 24 degrees Sagittarius. And here's something interesting. Simultaneously, Sun and Venus are exactly conjunct Pluto. Pluto is an agent for major change, as in complete destruction, so that the new growth can begin. This Pluto energy is getting applied to Venus and the Sun, the planet of advisors and the planet of authority and government, combined with a significator of major events. Wonder what that could be. A few days later, on Saturday, January 13th, Venus leaves Sagittarius and enters Capricorn. At least Venus and the Sun are getting away from Pluto, but this doesn't save Venus from combustion. The Sun is right behind and will continue to eclipse Venus until the middle of February, when Venus will finally get far enough away from the Sun to reappear as the evening star in the west at sunset, and guidance resumes its function. And now, before leaving you, a reminder. If you appreciate the work I am doing here, you can help keep it and me going by visiting the donation page and making a contribution. Just click on or touch the donation card you see here. Thanks, and Happy New Year, and until next week.